There's a concept called Applied Generative AI. And you and your team wrote a great white paper on that topic. Talk about what's so important about that word applied in front of generative AI. What does that mean to you, and what's important for that for our clients?
And it's a great point, Paul. We've chosen that word with care. I think the world relies on ISG to separate reality from hype. The world relies on us to separate talk from where things are being spent on. So for us, we were more interested in who's saying something and who's actually doing something about it. So if you look at generative AI, the number of things it could do are enormous. It could change your customer experience. It could change your product. It could change your business. But where were things actually happening? We found that things were happening wherever there was knowledge management. So let's take an example. Let's take an underwriter. An underwriter today has to study hundreds and hundreds of pages on underwriting guidelines. What has happened now is this same underwriter is augmented by an application which he or she can talk to, chat with, and the system spits out recommendations. Notice I said recommendations, not judgments. The underwriter is still in the loop, the human is still in the loop, the underwriter just got augmented. The customer experience has not changed. So I think that's what we are seeing. We're seeing not any area with knowledge management being the first area where Gen AI seems to be taking place. It could happen in customer experience too. It's just we're seeing our clients are being a little cautious because they're not able to predict yet what a mistake there can do to brand value. So that's where we differentiate between applied and where the possibilities.
Well, let me pick up on that. As we move into 2024, if I'm a Fortune 500 company or any company and want to apply generative AI to drive growth or competitive advantage, how do I navigate through? Because I'm a little scared as well. Maybe there's some ethical or legal issues I've got to watch out for, but I can't sit still. So how does a Fortune 500 or any company navigate through the key choices if they want to move into 2024 and be a leader in applying Gen AI?
Yeah, and I think that's going to define the 2024 for all of us.
Big question.
So I think the first thing I would say is don't stop experimentation. Don't stop it, because it's not about Gen AI, it's about how a business process or your business or a certain aspect of your operations changes because of AI. That's going to come out from grassroots. Don't stop that experimentation. However, put some guardrails to this experimentation, because experiments may or may not work. When they work, you've nailed something. How do you take something that you've nailed to scaling? That's where guardrails come in. Let's take an example of what can go wrong. We've seen our clients worry about what happens if they buy a model. So we talks about LLMs. What happens if you buy a model and you find out later that that model has been trained on copyrighted data?
Right.
So who's liable now? Is it the person who used it, or the person who gave it? Right. So since there are some gray areas right now, this is where you need guardrails. So don't allow experimentation. Put the guardrails. Guardrails are where ISG comes in.
Take that one step further into use cases with guardrails. What kind of use cases are you seeing that are pre-scale but are safe to try and experiment with?
So if I take it maybe 3 clicks higher, it's good to say, I have an idea and I think AI can help me on this idea. What we're finding is it's only applicable and useful if you have training data for it. So rather than say, hey, this is my business idea, start also with, where do I have enough data? Because there's no AI without IA. There's no AI without information architecture, and there's no information architecture without data.